Hello, and a very warm welcome to Friday night's edition of Nightshift, live from Corfu, coming today from our studios here in the beautiful village of Agismateus on the wonderful island of Corfu, Greece. And as always, I'm very lucky to be joined in the studio tonight by both Thomas and Wayne. Hello, Wayne.
Hello, Adrian. How are you today?
I'm very well, thank you very much, yes.
Good to hear it. Hello, Thomas. How are you?
I'm cool, guys. Hello.
Hello.
Everything all right?
Yes.
Yeah, loving this intro. Every time he says this so nicely, doesn't he?
He does, doesn't he? He does a
Yeah,
lovely
he does
intro.
it.
I
Yeah.
slightly vary it, with wonderful, beautiful, fantastic, fabulous, all these adjectives I can throw in a mix to describe Corfu, because it is, as you know, that special island in the Ionian Sea, to me.
Nicely said.
Well, it is, it's just
at the
wonderful.
end to me.
Nice.
Yes, well, it rhymes, you see, kind
I
of. It just fell out naturally.
It rhymes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, how was your day, Thomas?
Oh, my day was all right. See, he's passing it back over again.
Straight away, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Straight
It's
away.
that
Oh, my
Friday
God.
night
You
flick,
do. You do. I'm all right. Had a nice day. Started off nice, then got a little bit cloudy, but still next to the lake.
Yeah, beautiful.
What a view.
Fantastic, isn't it? What a lake that is, Thomas. It's just amazing, full of wildlife. 136 species, I think, Wayne, wasn't it?
126.
Oh, 126, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, my memory is lapsing. You know.
Yeah.
Old
that's
age,
all right.
it's the old fogey back online.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, nicely. Yeah, now let's shoot on with the show. Let's carry on with the show.
Okay.
Let's start it off, no? Friday.
Mm-hmm.
What is today?
Hooray!
14th, 15th already. 15th of December. Wow, 10 days until Christmas.
Days.
Yeah.
Gosh, I'm not
Bring it
ready,
on.
guys. I'm not ready at all.
Yeah, when are you ready?
Yes, you've got a point there.
Ever ready?
No, I'm not ever ready, and I'm certainly not Duracell either. Oh, no advertising here with us. No. I never understood those bunnies. The advertising campaign. I couldn't quite understand that. A Duracell bunny.
All right,
I never got it.
Why not?
I don't know.
The batteries run longer, so... It's
But who has always bunnies? I mean, do many people use Duracell batteries to power their bunnies?
do you know what? I think I've had a really naughty thought, and I've got to keep it to myself about
Oh, yes, it's the
Oh,
watershed.
yes,
We
it's
must
all-
remember the watershed.
Oh, no.
I'm so
Adrian.
sorry. Oh, we started already. Oh, my God.
Yeah, here we go.
It's Friday night. This is party
Sorry.
night,
I'm so sorry.
Friday party.
No, I mean, I want to know how many...
batteries in their rabbits?
Well, I
don't
can't.
know.
I just remember these adverts. It was just festooned. All you saw was rabbits, and I've always wondered why. That's
Yeah,
just a
it's
perfect
okay.
question.
Okay.
Yeah, it's so burning, this question.
Maybe someone out there in the TV land will provide us with the answer
I'm so sorry.
as to why they had all these bunnies everywhere. I mean, nothing wrong with bunnies. I like bunnies. I like hares as well, by the way. They're fantastic.
Yep.
It's Friday night.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
Okay, why not?
No.
So we punished this season up.
Sorry.
Unbelievable.
Okay, go on. Oh, I'm calm.
You all right? Oh, excellent. That's the best start we ever had to any program. But okay,
It proves
let's
it's live, though, doesn't
And
it?
it goes
Thomas?
downhill
That's
from
definitely, yeah.
No, it
So
won't.
that's
We've got
what the
plenty
best of the
surprises
show.
in store.
What?
We've got plenty of surprises in store.
Oh yes,
Oh, yeah.
we do. Some we know, some we don't.
Uh-oh.
It just hit us, but it's all right.
Okay.
Perfect. What brings us on to the news? Yeah. So I think we start off with the news item.
Yep.
You ready?
Yeah, I am.
Cool.
So, first item of news today is an out-of-control car caused traffic chaos this morning in San Rocco Square.
Ooh.
Eyewitnesses say the car came into the square from Alexandrius Avenue, and while doing a U-turn, the car hit a bumper of another car. Oh. Traffic was halted and a few tempers flared. And then the traffic police arrived and took control of the situation.
Wait, let me just push that over.
Something else.
Yeah, I don't know why it's...
Okay.
Oh, Shame. But okay, I got the
All
graphic up from this incident today. Out of
Yep.
control car causes chaos in San Rocco Square. Yeah.
Yep, chaos. Absolute chaos it caused.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, very,
It was quite a funny write-up. What made you laugh today?
yeah.
It was the whole dramatization of the whole
Yeah,
thing.
the whole
you know,
dramatisation, it was swerving and everything, and it was like, oh, no, it's just done a U-turn and then bumped into another car. And that was it. I was expecting, kind of this car swerving all over the place, and no, it just done a U-turn and...
I must admit
It
the
got
video
over.
wasn't that dramatic, really,
No,
was it?
it wasn't at
More
all.
chaos than drama.
Then-
Well,
and it-
chaos, yeah, definitely.
Oh, it was nice to see. I wanted to lay this nice singing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, why can't we? But second, I had just somewhere I kitchen there, but it's all right. You made me laugh so hard. This is your fault, Adrian.
Yeah, it's your fault.
But it's all right. It's all right.
And the batteries.
And the batteries.
Because you started me off by
can't
saying ever
believe that.
ready. That's what it was. It's one of those, word association things.
Okay, cool. Next one.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine now.
All right, okay. Okay, so carol singing was organised by the Holy Trinity Anglican Church yesterday evening, and they collected money for the charity Melissa,
Oh, yeah.
which is a centre for special needs and vocational training.
Splendid.
The centre was founded in 1995 to help young men and women with varying degrees of disabilities, such as autism, mobility problems, and Down syndrome. So that was a good thing. They did a load of Christmas carols last night, and that was lovely. They
brilliant.
raised a lot of money for charity, which
Brilliant.
is fantastic.
Great.
See, this is what we like to hear. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely, and a bit of carol singing as well. That's always
Well
good.
done, those good people.
Yeah, totally.
Bit of Christmas
Bit
cheer.
cold last night as well, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was quite chilly last night.
Yeah,
I saw the
But nice.
Nice to see. No, outside Marks and Spencer's, I think.
Outside Marks and Spencer.
I think they were carol singing. Yeah.
Okay.
So everybody knows the location,
Yes,
so
of
it's
course.
easier to say that. So
Yeah,
we don't need to be so. But no, fantastic, and this is an initiative from the Anglican Church.
Brilliant. Yeah, brilliant.
Holy Trinity.
Yeah, the Holy Trinity.
Excellent. No, that's a brilliant
They're
one.
raising money for a charity called Melissa.
Cool. We're gonna bring more on that.
Yes.
We
it's
researched
brilliant.
it a little bit, and we're gonna bring more on that one because I think it's a good course.
That's a very
And they
good
try
cause.
doing it, and they're doing it. The Anglican Church is doing quite a lot of events throughout the year. So I think it's for sure for us interesting to go on.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Hey, cool, excellent. Any more local news? Any more
No,
on
that was
strike? That's it. They all
No,
returned
no,
to
the
work.
journalists were back today, which is why I could get
Yeah.
some news today, which is fabulous. Thanks,
So they
journalists.
came back at the right moment, didn't they?
They did?
Completely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would we
Exactly
have
when the
done, I
accident
wonder,
happened. You know.
if there hadn't been any more news? Now, we wouldn't have brought out fake news, would we? Because we're all against that.
Oh, no.
So we would have had to done something to fill in, wouldn't we? Perhaps.
Yeah, not the knitting, though.
No.
Not
No.
the knitting.
I just wanted to ask how this is going. But okay, guys, what brilliant.
it's not.
Now locally thing, so everybody is gearing up for Christmas.
Yes.
Brilliant. So
10 days to go. Breathe.
oops. I got this thing now. Something is repeating, and I have no idea what's repeating on the system. But it should be all done now. Hopefully.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Excellent. See, this is before Christmas. There's this hitch. These little gremlins are coming. It's all
That's a
the
great
fault of
film.
the Ciboro. But it's
Sorry.
all right.
Gremlins.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was the Christmas. Actually, that's a Christmas
Chris-
film, isn't it?
Yeah.
Gremlins.
I think Christmas #1, no?
Oh, I don't know.
At the time, no? Or the most watched one at the time, no?
Oh,
Or
yes,
big.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a
the
good film,
Gremlins.
though.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and I loved it. Yeah.
I like
Oh,
that. Phoebe Cates, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't
believe so,
remember
yeah.
else who was in it, but there we go.
But excellent. Okay, guys. That was the local news. Not a lot is happening, but I think it's good.
That's good.
No, yeah, no, but seriously, you know.
Chaos in traffic.
Chaos with traffic, you know, for once. So a little bit of excitement in downtown of Corfu. So it's police had something to do.
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, there's not that much happening on the island anyway.
No.
You see, okay, there's a few things, but you know, not as much as everybody's used to when you're back home. You hear the sirens every 2, 3, 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, okay, now, cool. Let's move on. And I think
Fabulous.
Adrian got some interesting stories for us today.
Well,
They're all related to Corfu.
hey?
No, we're not just broadcasting about Corfu. Most of it, what we say, is about Corfu. But we're not just broadcasting about Corfu. We want to know what's going on outside.
We're open to the
Around
world,
the
aren't
world,
we?
exactly.
Absolutely.
So, brilliant. Yeah, take it away.
Well,
Good
shall I
sir.
do the international news? I'll do the news update on something that we were talking about just before we came on air in a minute, all right? I'll do the international section first.
Oh,
Okay, cool. Yeah.
And I've got a little bit more today than normal, than yesterday, because
it's
yesterday...
Friday.
Well, it's Friday, exactly, and we can let our hair down a bit here in the studio, doing the night shift live from Corfu. But I also felt that the audience might have been a bit cheated last night. I think my end was a bit lame, a little bit limp. There wasn't much going on, really, was there? So, tonight, I've got a little bit extra, I think, for you. And we start in Germany,
Okay.
which is all about celebrating Christmas in a slightly unusual way. And it's actually about a large Christmas decoration, because the other day, would you believe that a test pilot... testing out, before it was to be delivered, an Airbus A380 super jumbo plane. I mean, these things are enormous.
They're huge,
They
those
are,
things.
absolutely huge. And this guy, I don't know whether they knew about what he was going to do or not. I suppose air traffic control must have done. But he managed to fly over the whole of Germany in such a fashion and manner that he created this enormous Christmas tree in the sky, complete with baubles, would you believe?
What?
And it was different colours as well, depending on the altitude of the plane. He travelled from Stuttgart in the south, right up to Hamburg in the north, and most of Western Germany was able to see this fabulous decoration in the sky of this Christmas tree. From the
great is
exhaust
that?
gases of an Airbus A380. I think that's incredible.
That is incredible. That's
Fair play to the Germans, and it's fitting, isn't it? Because we were talking about Germany and Christmas trees just the other episode, and it's the home of the Christmas tree.
Yep.
So I think this pilot, probably from Toulouse in France, was playing a respect thing back to Germany.
Okay.
And I think that's marvellous.
That's amazing piloting.
Isn't it
skills there.
just? Those planes are so big. I mean, I was under one once coming on the M25,
Yes.
coming into land at Heathrow, and I mean, quite honestly, it was quite frightening. It's the engine was so big, let alone the plane. I mean, the Dreamliners are pretty big as well, don't forget. But this Airbus 380 was... Phew. Anyway, I'd like to have seen that, wouldn't you, Thomas?
Oh, definitely.
I'd love to see
I mean,
that.
What
who
a
wouldn't
nice
have?
thought, though. What a nice Christmas
Who
gesture.
wouldn't have, man?
Yeah. So that was from the highs of Christmas decorations in Germany, oh dear, to the rather lows and embarrassed faces in China.
Okay.
Because in China, they held a special event the other day, which was wildly advertised, and it was at the North Yubei Dinosaur and Butterfly Park, which had set up shop for the Christmas season, sort of travelling exhibition, in Guangxi Zhuang Autonomous Region of China. The park had posted an advert on the huge messaging app WeChat, and it spoke of, quote, tens of thousands of butterflies from wide and far could land on visitors' shoulders and fingers, which all sounds absolutely wonderful. And it said it was going to be displaying dancing butterflies. However, when the visitors turned up, they were, having bought their tickets, I should add, they were absolutely shocked and horrified, because the butterflies turned out to be plastic butterflies on sticks, would you believe?
Oh,
So there were a lot of red faces in China, and one visitor had travelled 62 miles, that's 100 kilometres, to
Yep.
see this display, but he felt really cheated, and he said they were fake, like plastic, and all placed messily around, so he was most put
dear.
out. Yeah. The service company, which organised this event, defended it, this is what I think is very strange, by saying that the advertising was not fake, and, quote, why can't a plastic butterfly land on your finger? Well, now hang on a minute. That depends where you are from the length of the bit of plastic, doesn't it? I mean, good heavens, come on now. So the park director was absolutely furious, and he promised it would never happen again. And a video of this fake exhibition has been viewed, would you believe, more than 3 million times, and there are over 3,000 rude comments about it.
I'm not surprised.
So red faces all down there in China.
I thought you were going to say that somebody had dressed up as a butterfly.
No, that could have been quite charming, no, couldn't it? Probably
Dressed
better
up
than a
as
bit of
a
plastic on a
butterfly
stick.
and then just landed on somebody's finger.
Yeah, I don't think that's
it.
too good.
Sat on
One
their shoulder or
question, and
something.
there is did they needed any batteries
Do what, sorry?
Did they need any batteries?
for their butterflies?
For their
Well,
butterflies.
that's a very good question. I think they would have been more exciting had they had batteries in it, wouldn't it? At least they'd have had some movement
Probably.
going on. It would have definitely been better. Yes. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? But actually, these things do happen. But they do happen because several times recently in the United Kingdom, people have put on these Christmas fairs and people have turned up to be ever so disappointed. Some muddy field and a few poxy lights and a rather drunken fat Santa.
Colour people dressed as elves and
Exactly, yes. I mean, all wanting their money back, money back. So these things do happen all over the world. Anyway, we'll leave all that now and we'll go to the United Kingdom because, as you know, guys, on Nightshift Live from Corfu, we've been running an occasional series, I should say, of like a lexicon of what's the in-word of the year.
Yes.
We've heard from America last night was feminism, and there was Australia the other night was quasi, wasn't it? That was a good
quasi.
one. Yeah.
Like that.
Well, I've got the one now tonight from the United Kingdom, and it's from the, as you'd expect, the Oxford English Dictionary.
Yes.
And Thomas, would you believe the word in 2017 in the Oxford English Dictionary in the UK is youthquake?
Youthquake.
Yes,
Okay.
that's the word.
All right.
And it's reflecting, this is the OED saying this, it reflects, quote, a political awakening among millennial voters.
Oh, okay, that's good.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
It was first coined, though, however, in the 1960s by the then Vogue editor, and to her it meant, quote, sudden changes in fashion, music and attitudes. However, during 2017, the term increased in everyday speech and usage by a staggering 500%. It peaked during the June general election and was used a lot by the Labour Party. The OED said it was, quote, a word on the move, which amused me.
That's
'cause
very funny.
It is
Yes.
rather, isn't it? I've
Yes.
never seen any words moving unless I've had one too many Cypros or whatever else I may have had, and just totally sort of every word's moving around. Anyway, apparently youthquake is a word on the move.
Right.
And its definition, in case you actually really want to know, is this. A series of radical political and cultural upheavals occurring among students and young people in the 1960s.
Okay.
That's what it actually means. So there you go. While you're interested, you might want to know that the word last year by the OED in the UK for 2016 was actually post-truth. It's a bit cheeky because it's actually two words, but they cover themselves with a little.
Hyphenated.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
see, sneaky that one, isn't it?
Post-truth.
Yes, and I didn't know quite what that meant actually.
After the truth?
Well, kind of. It came about after the Brexit vote and Donald Trump's victory in the United States presidential election.
Yes.
And it means, I quote, an adjective relating to circumstances in which objective facts are less influential in shaping public opinion than emotional appeals. Now we've heard that definition, it kind of
Yeah,
makes
it does
sense,
make
doesn't
sense,
it?
yeah.
Before that, in 2015, it wasn't a word. They cheated in 2015 because they had an emoji, a smiley face with some tears, would you believe?
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
Other words that failed to make the number one spot this last year was a word that I have seen and heard quite a bit, but didn't actually know what it meant, literally, and it was chatbot.
Okay.
And that means, quote, a computer program designed to stimulate conversation with human users, especially over the internet. So that's what that is. But here's the other word that we keep hearing and seeing everywhere, and again, I didn't know what it meant, and this is a Danish word, and forgive me if I've mispronounced this, but it's huggy, is that?
Okay.
Is that right? I'm not sure. But we keep seeing it written everywhere. Anyway, perhaps if you're in Denmark or you're Danish-speaking, please let us know and tell me off if I've mispronounced it, because I'm terribly sorry. But it means a quality, you'll like this, a quality of coziness and comfortable conviviality that engenders a feeling of contentment or well-being.
Oh, that's nice.
Isn't it wonderful?
I like
and
that.
apparently it's absolutely characteristic of being Danish.
Lovely.
So that's a
nice.
lovely word, isn't it?
That's a nice word, yeah.
So let's
Huggy.
let's hear it for
Huggy.
huggy. Other words that you may be interested to know are
Yeah.
compromat. That's an interesting one. This is from Russia, and it means material that's used in blackmail.
Okay.
Oh,
And
okay.
here's another word that
So
we do
this
keep
word is
seeing.
in Russia the word number one.
Compromise.
Yes,
Compromat.
it's compromat,
Okay.
which actually means material used in blackmail. Would you believe?
See,
Anyway,
I mean,
here's another, perhaps more colourful word.
Okay.
Unicorn.
unicorn.
Unicorn, yes. And this came second or third, I think, in this competition.
Unicorn?
Unicorn. It doesn't mean the extinct animal that never was, the one that's in Blade Runner. No. It actually means, well, it does probably to you and me. Yeah. In most people's mindsets, it means
not
that.
extinct.
But
Didn't exist.
no, exactly. Well, okay. Anyway, it's not that unicorn. That's the point.
right,
No,
okay.
you're on another unicorn. That's
All
a
right,
completely different species. This is
It's a subspecies.
This is a subspecies of the word unicorn, courtesy of the OED.
Right.
And apparently it means, quote, adding rainbow colours to things, especially food.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, we like our food, don't we?
We do.
So maybe we'll have some unicorn food over Christmas. That'd be really good.
Mind
Unicorn
you,
food.
I mean, you know, if you had unicorn, I don't know, mashed potato or something, that'd be weird.
Well, no, hang on. You could have butter, cheese, and carrots, and peas, and you've got a nice little display of colour going on, haven't you?
I suppose so.
Green, orange, yellow, white. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Stick an olive in, got black. They charge more for black in restaurants, apparently.
Okay.
I learned that from that film, The Thief, the Cook, His Wife, I Love Her. One of my favourite films.
Oh, yes, that's
Richard
right.
Borringer put in a fantastic performance as the cook, and he explained that restaurants always charge more for black,
That's true.
which is
yes.
true when you think about it, isn't
It
it?
is true, yeah.
So, if you want to increase your prices and you're running a taverna, just shove a black olive on something. You might get away with charging a little bit more. You know?
That's the tip of the day from
That's the
Adrian
tip of the day
Morello.
from Adrian.
You want to charge something
You wanna
more for
charge-
what you have, you put the black olive
Put
in
a
it.
black olive on it. There you go. That's going to work.
That's
And
brilliant.
finally, on our lexicon for Friday,
Go on.
this is a word that I thought, oh, this sounds good, until I read what it meant, because I love these things. The word is well, it's two words, actually. Milkshake duck. Do you know what that is?
What?
A milkshake duck. I thought, well, I like milkshakes and I like ducks, so this has got to be a good phrase, isn't it? But no, it's not actually.
Go on then.
No.
I'll tell you what it is. Quote, a person or character on social media that appears to be endearing at first, but is soon found to have an unappealing backstory. Now, I don't quite know what they mean by backstory.
okay.
Do they mean sort of history, their past postings? Is that what they mean? do you think?
Probably.
Possibly. I mean, it could be like. I mean, there's quite a few people that kind of make up their lives almost on social media.
Almost, yeah.
So, actually,
So,
like, you know, they look like they're having a marvelous time, when actually they're sat at home on their own.
home and
kinda-
see, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's logical because if you have really a marvelous time, you know,
Yeah.
and you're so seeing, then you have pictures when you have a marvelous time.
Yeah, you do.
But when you look at some of the pictures on Facebook now, what
Yeah.
people post about themselves, you can see so clearly it's photoshopped.
Yes, exactly.
You know, and I was like, wow, are you serious? No?
Yeah.
And they're really serious about it. Say, no, I've been there. And funny enough, nobody is telling them, oh, come on, mate, this looks photoshopped. It's
Yeah.
photoshopped. Nobody says anything. Everybody's just accepting it.
Yeah, I've seen some.
It's-
I've seen some awful ones of people photoshopping things like abs
Onto the,
onto the onto their
I
their
know.
stomachs and stuff. And it's
Really?
like very clearly
yeah,
photoshopped.
or hair. I saw somebody who put himself nice hair on. He must
Yeah.
have been, must be bold fella, no?
Yeah.
But really nice thing. So it's quite funny what people do, no?
Oh yeah,
With the hair thing, can they do it in reverse? So can they take hair off, sort of thing?
Yeah.
So I could sit here and with Photoshop, I could have no hair at all.
Yeah.
Good Lord. No, don't try that at home. No, seriously.
The one with the abs is funny though because he's got no belly button.
He go,
Really?
yes, I know what you mean. I know, remember that one. No belly button. The
got
people
no belly
caught him
button.
out on
He's
that
like,
one.
"Where's your belly button?"
It's one muscle.
Yep.
But you know
bet
what
he
he
wished
I
said?
used to have a six pack.
Really?
Yeah.
I did.
When was that?
I don't
What,
know,
this morning?
years ago. Years ago. I've got a keg now.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Well, actually, a firkin. I've got a firkin.
One of the little 5-liter Heineken.
Yeah. Funny, Adrian was saying about the Oxford English Dictionary.
Yep, jolly good.
So, do you know which word has the most entries within the Oxford English Dictionary?
No, it's something like the, is it? Or
No? Any guess? You want to have a little guess? It's the word set.
Set.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
set. It has so many different
yes.
meanings.
Now I can think of it. A set of
Okay.
badges and to set down and
Yep. A set of books.
yes,
or,
yes. Good one.
It has a page and a half.
Good Lord.
Page and a half, just
Wow,
for one word.
just for
set.
one word. Set.
I'll check that out when I get home.
He's going to go back.
Well,
He's going
maybe
to
tomorrow,
the city.
probably not tonight.
You're not right. You're not right.
I know, right? I mean, it's not a page and a
No.
half. It's not a page. It's just short of 10 words to be a page and a half.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, it's not a page and a half.
No.
Definitely not. Definitely not. I think that's funny. Hey, updated. Okay. This is the Oxford Dictionary.
Yes, it's their word
Okay.
of 2017.
Youthquake.
Yes, youthquake, that's the word. And I think
Good
it's probably down in the summer. I think Mr. Corbyn used it, and I think it's been tweeted a lot. And,
About so many countries having elected young leaders.
Yes,
Yes.
that's true. as
New
well,
Zealand has, no?
Yes.
Yes.
New Zealand,
there's a new
Austria
lady
has.
there. Yes,
Yeah.
I can't remember. She's in her 30s.
Austria has.
Yeah,
as well,
Austria has. In his early
Jacinda,
30s.
that's the name of
Yeah,
that
so
lady.
it's quite.
It's good.
It's good. I think, yeah, it's good. This is exactly what should happen now.
Yeah.
I mean, now is the time for transition. 21st century, all the technology moved on, and politics is changing. Is phase 2. So it's. I think it's something nobody saw coming.
No, probably not. But
yeah.
I think it's very good that these everybody's kind of getting more political again.
Yeah.
There was a time when there was quite a lot of apathy within the younger generation, whereas I grew up in a very political age,
Yeah.
where you were very politically active
Exactly. No, same here. Yeah.
due to a certain leader
Oh, yes.
that we had in the UK at the time.
I think I know who you mean, yes. yes.
Kind of politicised everybody really at that point. So it's good again that people are getting more politically aware, because it's up to the younger generation to actually take the bull by the horns.
Absolutely,
Totally,
because
yeah.
they're shaping their future country.
It is their future country, yes. So
Yes. Do you think there's a call for a ceiling of age on leaders, or do you think it should be down to their merit, as it were?
No, I think merit. I
Merit
think
first,
you
yeah,
can't.
I think so.
You cannot get past anybody that's had that much experience, but you also have to try and bridge the gap between the experience that they have and also, the not being in touch with the younger generation.
And that's the case in Zimbabwe, perhaps,
Yes, perhaps.
because
Yes.
Mr. Mugabe was there for 37 years, and he was sort of 92, is he? I think
94.
94, is he? Blimey.
Yeah, I mean, it has to happen. The younger
Definitely.
generation has to step up to the plate and actually,
Absolutely.
take
Yeah.
control.
Take them out.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And I think they're doing it now.
I
This
think
is
they are.
movement, and this
That's
is a
good.
good man. Austria, I think at the moment everything is nice. Everything is good. He's making some good decisions. He's looking in very hard. And I think the most important thing he got, and this is due to the age, no,
Yes.
is the enthusiasm.
Yes.
If you see older politicians, their enthusiasm is a little bit dwindling for the certain things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now you see the younger generation taking control, getting elected to important positions, no?
Yeah.
But they bring also the enthusiasm with them.
Yes.
They bring a new era with them and say, okay, whoop, it's all this. It started moving quicker
Yes.
than it did before. So, and I think this will catch out a few of the older politicians.
Yes,
Definitely.
I mean, there's a possibility that older politicians obviously feel that they've been banging their head against the brick wall for many years and not getting anywhere sometimes.
There's two young ones at Noten, Pierre Trudeau of Canada and Emmanuel Macron of France. They're both young, dashing,
They're young
and
too,
very
exactly.
brainy, though, I think.
How could we forget them? Exactly these two.
know,
The same day
they're brilliant.
out within Europe, we got now three.
Yeah.
Three overseas is two. Yeah, I just try to remember the third one in Europe. There was another one. It's a Scandinavian country somewhere. No,
Is it Denmark?
Denmark. has it.
No, it's Iceland.
Oh, Iceland,
Iceland.
exactly.
Iceland.
Iceland. Some
Iceland
back of
got
my
a
head.
young
Exactly.
lady there.
Iceland. The young lady there.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes. Do you know Iceland's an amazing country? There's about 337,000 people who live on that wonderful island, and I keep banging on about Corfu. Corfu is a wonderful, magical island, but also in the more northern climes, Iceland has its own magic as well,
Yeah.
I can say.
No, definitely. Hey, no, cool. I mean, you got also an update for us from the Asteroid.
I have, Thomas, yes.
See, I haven't forgot that.
No, I was just going to mention it, that
You
last
need a little
night-
bit of time, or you're all right?
You may remember we were talking about the cigar-shaped alleged asteroid,
Umi.
Umiguni, thank you very much, or One Eye. /2017 UR1. I quite like saying that. 'Cause
Okay.
it's
That's
just
a
weird.
great name.
I mean, it is, isn't it? You know,
Really
yeah.
rolls off the tongue, that does.
It doesn't it just? Yeah. The latest news is, unfortunately, it's a bit old now. It came in at 2 o'clock GMT, but 1600 hours Greek time. So it was 4 o'clock here this afternoon. And it was reported that there were still no sounds coming from this cigar-shaped visitor. But what I learnt, though, which I must put right from last night, is that we mentioned this team called the Breakthrough Listen Team, which is headed up by Professor Stephen Hawking. Well, would you believe that they've actually had access to over $100 million worth of investment? So it's a much bigger thing than I thought it was, you see. And they're intensely listening out from the Green Bank Telescope, as I mentioned, in West Virginia, USA. The dish there, in case you're wondering to know, is 100 metres in diameter. Now, I'm saying that because something else I need to correct from last night. I gave out the information, and this was from NASA and from some other astronomical source. I told everybody that the length was estimated at 180 metres long.
Yeah, I thought that was...
Well, it's changed. It's not that. It's now 400 metres long, which makes it considerably taller than the Eiffel Tower, which comes in, concluding the tip at 324 metres. So that's to give you an idea that it's a little bit taller, longer, I should say, than the Eiffel Tower is tall. But this is the bit that might get you juiced up.
Okay.
Yeah, they did... Wait for it. They did what they call a block run, which I'm not quite sure I understand that term, and it lasted for 6 hours. And this is the bit. Would you believe that in 6 hours this block run gathered a staggering 90 terabytes of data during a particular 2-hour observation period of the actual asteroid itself? But the man said, who reported this, that it's going to take a heck of a time to sift through it all. So we may have to be a little bit patient on that one. But I'm wondering, Thomas and Wayne, because you've got an astronomical bent, shall we say here, I mean that in the nicest possible way, the 90 terabytes of information, I mean, what could that possibly be about, do you think?
I'm not sure myself, to be honest.
I can't, 90 terabytes of
Information.
What they collected, and
Data.
this is up data. It's just data because they're listening anyway. No, they're listening. If there's something on it or not, it doesn't matter. It's still data. We still produce data.
Right, in terms of movement, you mean? And speed?
Movement, exactly. They movement, speed, angle, atmospheric things probably, and then they listen out for it. But they're recording data. So it means also if there is no data to be recorded, they still produce data.
Yeah. Oh, right, I see. But
So
that's going to take up a hell of a lot of hard drives, isn't it?
If you have 1 terabyte hard drives, you use 90 hard drives.
Yeah.
Okay, so I suppose it's not so bad.
I'm suspecting, though, that
imagine
they've probably got a couple of things that are big.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, it's no. Yeah, no, it's true. This is how it is.
Yeah.
But we will let you know if we hear anything more on this, of course.
Totally.
Something that we're keeping our keen eyes on. And that reminds us, everybody,
Definitely.
the night skies tonight coming here to the studio were fantastic. So if you're on the wonderful island of Corfu and you're lucky to get out at night, have a look because the stars are twinkling tonight.
They're beautiful, aren't they?
Definitely. It's getting a little
But there
bit chilly, so they
seemed to
can
be an
check
extra
it.
Friday
check it.
twinkle in them, I think. I thought.
Friday twinkle.
Friday twinkle, a little
Yeah,
extra
Friday
special,
twinkle.
you
Look, he's waking up, becomes Friday, he is awake.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I've had a few
Hello.
coffees as well. That always helps.
Yeah, we noticed.
Did you?
We were,
I thought I was hiding it quite well, actually.
Did you?
Yeah, then we were hiding the fact while we were running. We're filling our cups up nearly by ourselves today.
Yeah.
But Jamie sneaked a couple of cups out to us, no, before you had a
It's
good hit
quite
on
handy having a sort of walking coffee machine nearby, isn't it, really?
it. Walking coffee machine. Listen.
Honestly.
Well, we did it here on the night shift, live from Corfu.
Oh, brilliant.
So, yeah, that's that, Thomas.
So that's that.
Yep.
So
Lovely.
with the asteroid is
Thank you, Adrian.
nothing to do
Thank
with...
you.
Yes, thank you, Adrian.
No,
we
thank
never
you.
said thank you, did we?
It's always a pleasure to read out the international news here on Night Shift Live Corfu.
Oh, it's always a pleasure to hear it from you, mate.
Yeah.
Yes, and I must say Uruguay, because I got it wrong. I'm still worrying about that. So I'm going to say hello to the person in Uruguay, and anyone else in Paraguay, hello if you are there. And also I'm going to say hello, Lavinia, and thank you ever so much for your comments that come in, because we really do appreciate hearing from you, and your good advice and guidance is great.
Do you know what?
No.
He's going to end up, at one point, he's going to end up naming every single country in the world.
in the world.
I would, yeah.
As he's going, oh, I'd like to say hello
Yes.
to...
And do you know what I really like
And
us
you
to
would.
do in the studio? Do you know really what I'd like to do? I shouldn't say this, but I'm going to say it anyway, because it's Friday night, and I'm going to say, do you know, wouldn't it be wonderful that on the wall in the studio we had a map, and we could put a little flag in each of the countries where we have a viewer or a listener communicating with us, and then we would be focused on that. I mean, obviously, Corfu, we would hope to have as many as possible, and Greece, the wonderful country of Greece, and the United Kingdom, and the States and Canada, and so it goes on. But to be honest, it's wonderful to be able to broadcast to the whole world.
Yes.
No exclusions.
No.
I wonder if we get into North Korea.
Probably not.
Yeah, we can find the fella if you want. That is Kim Jong. What?
Un.
Un.
You mustn't forget the
See?
un.
Yep.
I mean, mate, what was the question?
The question is, would we be able to be beamed into North Korea?
So now we can ask him now if it's possible to watch us in your country, North Korea, man, just send us a text, mate. Or write us an email to nightshift@StudioKerkyra.com, go onto our Facebook page, send us a message, or just, live now on chat on YouTube.
Absolutely.
That would be brilliant, no?
It would, wouldn't it? Because we are open to every single country on this planet. Let's face it, we're all human beings on one planet. And, you know, I had a thought the other day, driving along, as you do. The one thing that connects every living human being, well, animals as well, of course, but the one thing, no one can deny this, that connects every single living human being on this wonderful planet is just one thing. Well, there's plenty of things, but here's one thing: the sun.
Yes.
Because we all need it. We couldn't survive or live without it, and it touches every one of us. Even a poor, unfortunate person who's visually impaired can still appreciate the sun with the warmth of the sun's rays, for instance. And I know that when I had no sight myself for a few terrifying months back a few years. And that really is a dreadful thing, ladies and gentlemen, to lose your sight. I mean, all senses are great and precious, and it's hard to be imagined without one. But I think the sun is something that can unify everyone on planet Earth, which is probably a good reason why the ancient tribes of previous civilizations worshipped the sun.
Yes.
They probably saw instantly the significance of such a thing.
There's always a light and a dark.
There is. Well, there has to be, because you wouldn't really appreciate one without the other, would you?
That's true.
Did you know that there was some... I've got to mention this now while I think to. I'm totally going off the world. We were talking about the sun, and I remember reading a few years ago about some... I don't want to say it, but to me, I mean, I did laugh. I thought, a bit of a crazy nut. I mean, I'm sure he's a very intelligent person. Okay. He was in America, and he'd worked for years and years and years with RCA, and RCA was one of the first companies to get radio telescopes and stuff up there.
Yes.
And he believes that the sun isn't real. He thinks it's all fake. Talk about fake news.
Right.
I can't remember the reasons and the arguments that he had for that. But that's pretty wacky. It was all over YouTube. That's how I got this information from our broadcasting channel at the moment. And I think extraordinary, isn't it? That here's a man who kind of knows about space a bit and telecommunications and all the rest of it.
Yes.
And he's trying to convince us that there is no sun, that it's all fake, like a massive Hollywood film set.
All right. Okay.
Really?
That's interesting.
Have you heard that before?
No, I've not heard that before.
I haven't heard that before either, but I know there is a lot of people out there who believe in things where you clearly say, hey, really?
Maybe
you sure about that?
Maybe he needs to get together with the Flat Earth
yes.
people.
Good one.
Maybe he needs to get together with them.
That's a great idea.
Probably.
We'd have a massive conference. It'd be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Perhaps
they
we
can
could do a
swap stories. No?
Yeah, they could swap, couldn't they?
Yeah. It's brilliant. How they can see without sunlight, how sunlight they can see the edge of the plate.
Yeah, exactly.
See, that's probably the reason why it looks like it's round, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's because we don't have a sun. That's why it looks so funny.
Yeah, there you go.
See, this could be an explanation.
Right. So he thinks it's a set.
Yes,
like
it's fake. It's a man-made or atomic explosion that's continually going.
Right. Okay.
I can't remember all the other details. He did have a lot of details. This is a few years back. I'm talking about 5 years back.
It's getting to a direction now, man.
Wow.
Oh,
no, it's just one man's thought. It's certainly not my
Okay.
thought. But I'm just putting it out there because it's strange that people have such views.
You're all allowed to have your own views.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
We love to hear them here on Nightshift Live.
They may be wrong, but you're allowed to have them.
Exactly. See, I mean, one of my most favorite views is on the screen. And, yeah. You know which one,
I think I might know what that might be.
Yeah, and that's the Traveler's Guide to 50 Corfu villages. So this is the history of the 50 Corfu villages with pictures in there, unpublished yet. They published in this book, but not seen by others yet. And it's written by the author Steve Ford, and you can buy that book. And this is now important because book costs $9.95. Every single penny goes to charity, and there is only limited stock left. So they nearly sold out. So I hope to get an update soon from Steve, and told me, yeah, sold out. So I can tell you guys, don't bother, wait for the next edition. But it's also weekend, get in, because post service takes, if you want this before Christmas, then you have to buy now. So go on to www.corfuvillages.eu and order your copy to the Traveler's Guide to 50 Corfu Villages by Steve Ford. Brilliant book and brilliant support
Well done,
for a lot
Steve.
of charities.
Well done,
Excellent.
Good.
So, okay, I had to plug that one. We have to. We're gonna get on anyway and plug more charitable stuff in the future. Oh, it's going again.
Yep.
See, we plug anyway more charitable stuff in the future. So it will be, we're gonna help people raise money for the right things. And there I got another one quickly, if I can mention that, guys. And this is the petition. What's going on at the moment?
Yes.
You know about that? You read up on that a little bit?
Yes, it's for a petition for the sterilisation of abandoned animals on the island.
Really?
So yeah, I think maybe you've actually got the.
I got the graphic up now.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
Care Do petitions for Greece, and this is please help the Corfu Strays provide licensed veterinary premises for sterilization projects. And I got this over from Facebook, and as you can see, I signed my petition today. So I went on, and that's a very good thing to do, because the problem with strays is getting out of hand, and the only way you can do that is sterilizing them. Yeah, and I have never seen it so extreme, and we have it this year. Yeah. So, and I got this from the grapevine. When the guys go on to the Corfu grapevine, this is pinned on top. Please sign this petition. It's very important. This 5,000 they have to reach, and this is 4,295 or 96 signed it already. So please, very close. And then this petition can be presented to the local.
Yes.
And together we can maybe kickstart something. But the guys who work on that, we have to find the names out, and I think we will invite them to talk about that, because that's very, very important. So we will connect with you guys, and then you can tell us a little bit more about the whole thing, and we can push, and maybe we can support in any way
Yes, definitely.
this whole project. But I signed mine today, so I expect you guys to sign yours.
I haven't seen it, to be honest.
I'm gonna send you a link, don't worry. But it's very important for the island. We live here for quite a few years. And when I see how it got more and more and more over the last couple of years, it's really scary. And now the posts, there's never been this many posts in Corfu groups about that issue. And it's really shocking. So I said, it's all about candles. We also spoke earlier about, and this goes over to our question and answers Corfu. We're starting off now,
great.
and so this just goes in because we stopped, yeah, guys, we stopped plugging, not stopped plugging, but we hold a little bit back from the advertise the ARC and the care thing, and it's not because we don't want to do it, but we weren't sure what's going on. Because we reached out and nobody came back to us, and then we got a couple of emails in from people and say, okay, we don't know what's going on. And in the last couple of days and today, there were discussions on various Corfu groups about that, especially about the ARC, where people say, are they really helping? I never hear anything. I write so often to them, I try to contact them, I leave messages, nothing comes back. And explanations were quickly given, and they're all positive.
Yes,
I mean,
good.
they are positive. You can't say nothing. And it's about they can't answer everything. The women who work there, most of them don't speak English. It's run by Krieg. This charity is registered since 1997. They have their premises, but they support people. They paid a lot of money out for people who couldn't afford sterilization for their animals. They jumped in and done. But there were positive comments, there were negative comments, but in the end, when you looked through and you saw what's going on, you see they overstretched. They don't have kennels. There's no shelter.
No.
So everything they do, these people, these old volunteers, they do this at their own homes, in their own gardens, where they look after them and find them a new home, get them treatment if needed. So they're doing a brilliant job, and there's a few comments on there, a lot of comments where success stories were reported from dogs being rehomed and so on. So that's very positive what's happening. And I think we have to look into that. We have to all stand up a little bit more, move a little bit more, and look into that. And maybe, we can do our part, and others can do theirs with their time. I mean, for everybody of us has at least, let me say, a half a day, a month, to do something nice. Yeah?
Yes.
And when you say, okay, I help half a day a month or 4 hours every month to do something for them. So when you have 200 people together who each dedicates just 4 hours a month, I think this would make already a positive difference.
It would make a difference, yeah.
Absolutely.
But to the guys who run this petition, well done, well organized, and I hope they're getting all the signatures very quick so they can progress. And we will keep you up to date, and let's see how we can support in future these projects on the island.
That's good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool, guys. That was the first question. This was in the Q&A because people were really worried. What's going on? And yeah, it's not easy. It's always a struggle with things like that, especially rescuing animals, no?
Yes, definitely.
And sheltering.
Yeah.
So I don't know any where they say, oh, it's gone better and we're easily doing it now. I never heard anything like that before. So it's always okay. Cool. Next one is about the Christmas market.
Oh yeah.
People want to know when it's the Christmas market in Corfu down. Last year they had one. What's happening this year? And we just don't know.
No. We have tried to find out.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely we have tried to find out. We looked in. We really searched everywhere if there's something going on. But the only things what's going on we mention later with the Christmas bazaars and then. No?
That's right.
Yeah. But so far I think there is none. And then it's too late if they start building that now because it's
a bit late now.
10 days till Christmas, so it doesn't make any sense. So sorry, we can't answer that one. Next one on is maybe you can answer that, Adrian. Somebody asking about the car ducks.
Oh, well.
Yeah, they're asking about the car ducks. How is that with car ducks? And the car ducks is you go online. There is an address. There's an address. You have to a link. And we try to get this link up. For the next show on Monday, we try to get this up. You still have time. Don't panic. And this link you fill in. You go onto the page. It's easy to fill in. It's what do you fill in? Is the number plate of the car?
Know that.
No?
I had.
I think it's the number plate of the car, and the rest comes then automatically, and then you have to print that out. Yeah.
Yes, that's what came to me. I printed it out.
Adrian got that over there now. Yeah.
And you've got until the end of the month. 31st of this month to pay, and you can pay at any bank or any post office, so that's handy.
That's good.
I was worried that you have to go and queue up for hours in one particular office in Corfu town.
Okay.
But apparently not. You can go into any bank or any post office as long as you've got this, which is a photocopy. You saw that sort of thing, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
There's 2 cars on here, but
cool.
You don't want to look at one of them, though. Poor blimey, I don't want to look at that. Oh, let's put that car away.
Hey, just woke you up again. But it's
I'll go back to sleep again.
But no, seriously, you got the link. I will find the link and then we will publish this link on next shows and also on our Facebook page, so you can go. But this is also in the Grapevine, Corfu Grapevine. I think somebody posted that. And in the next couple of weeks, there will be more people posting this information. So don't stress. You can go National Bank of Greece with these printouts, go to the counter, pay with cash, he stamps that, and off you are, and it's done. So it's not as tragic as
it's not
some
as
make it seem.
We thought. We were a bit worried about it.
We were a little bit, definitely. No, and this is no problem. So I done it for the bike a few times. And there's also a way to pay online.
Oh, good.
There's also a way to pay online. But for
usually
that
is nowadays, isn't it?
Yeah, it's coming. It's going this way, and it's brilliant. And okay, we had Christmas markets, we had the car ducks, we had the update there with the animals. What is great, I think they're doing a great job, these guys there.
Yes, from the Ark.
Definitely.
Everyone that I've met associated with the Ark has been absolutely most genuinely passionate about animals and definitely have proved to me that they are true, genuine, caring people. I really mean that. And they have raised a lot of money in their shops and other things that they do.
Yes, that's good.
Some time ago, I bought my crockery set in some auction for them. I probably paid over the odds, but I've still got it. That was quite a few years ago now.
Okay.
Yeah, someone kindly donated it.
Do you get it out at all?
Well, you've used it. It's
Oh,
what,
right,
it's
well,
what
there
you
you
have
go.
your chicken on or whatever
Well,
we have.
chicken-
Some
hey, well, we got the
vegetarian
crockery.
dish.
There you
But
go.
it's also at the moment the bluegrass in England is warning from people. There are so many breeders who it's a craze again. They say it's a craze again to buy puppies for Christmas, and there's so much advertising, get a puppy for
no.
Christmas, and so much breeding going on, just to fill the demand for that. So the breeders, they found out the breeders are doing double time because there's so much demand
That's strange.
for designer puppies again, no?
But-
And for Christmas, and they're really fighting hard now to get the legislation in place to stop that from happening, because I think this is ridiculous.
It was a good slogan, wasn't it? A dog is not for just for Christmas.
Just for Christmas, yeah.
It's a good slogan.
It is. I mean, terrible that people will give a pet as a present.
I don't
I'm
understand.
sorry, but yeah,
I don't understand it.
no.
No, unless you absolutely know the home it's going to and you
Yes,
can verify
yeah.
the person that you're passing it over to, it's a no-no, isn't it? Because that poor animal could be coming to some awful fate.
Yeah. No, it's just not right. I mean, for Christmas, okay, it's all nice and heartwarming when somebody opens that or gets it given, and then you see on YouTube the videos. Oh, I got a puppy. Oh, but I will, you know what most of the cases end up like.
Yeah.
So it's a thing. So I think it's not the reason. It's a really big decision to have to take a dog or a cat or what. That's a really
It
really
is,
big
Thomas.
decision
That's a very good
to
point.
make,
yes.
and you have to think very hard about it, because that's responsibility.
It is a responsibility,
No?
especially
So-
if you have children as well.
That's
Because
the other thing.
not only is
yeah.
it does the animal get on with the children, but does the child get on with the
With the
animal?
animal, exactly. So it's
I've seen cases of people like just leaving dogs with kids, toddlers and stuff, and it's not the toddler's fault. The toddler just wants to play,
yeah.
but then
the
the
dog didn't respond well. No?
doesn't respond very well to it.
Yeah, it's all
Or it gets
about.
its tail pulled or its ears pulled or
So
somebody
it's-
tries to ride it or something.
I mean, there's dog breeds, what are perfect for kids.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I look at my Lucky Labrador. I mean, she's perfect. She wouldn't hurt a fly.
No.
Okay, it's a lie. She eats flies sometimes.
I think she'd lick them to death.
She licked
before
them
she
to
hurt
death.
them,
She
wouldn't
licks everything to death before. Yeah, I know. She's mad, but that's a brilliant family dog. It will be always around. It's very gentle for the size she is. She's only 40 kilograms. No?
Yes.
She's very gentle. She takes care with my two little girls we have. So they are, they're smaller than your cat.
Yes, I was just thinking about when you introduce animals to other animals. When we had the cat, the little kitten, I told you it was ill, and I think 6 months on, some chap knocked on the door. We kind of knew this guy, Costas, you kind of know him, and he on the off chance, he came up with some story. I don't know. He brought round a box of kittens. I think there were 3 of them, and I mean they were lovely little things. So he was expecting us to take them in. But unfortunately, the cat wasn't too keen, and if I hadn't have intervened, I think we'd have had 3 dead kittens on my hands. So we just couldn't do it, I'm afraid. Felt very bad about it, though. I don't know what happened to them.
This is the thing here. I had that with the cats where we lived before. The tourists feed them through the summer. They come, they are so lovely, boom, and they feed them. Now everything they have from barbecue or from breakfast, and the cats get used to it. Then they leave. So who is looking after?
Yeah.
So last winter I had 12 cats.
Yes, you did.
Remember that?
Yeah,
12
they
cats
just
there,
turned
what
up,
I
didn't
fed
they?
through the winter because they were just used. Because this holiday apartment is not far away. They were just used to it. So what should you do? Especially I got dogs, so they came close to the house, annoyed the dogs. So you have to do something. But the solution is not, to try to poison them about what some are doing. Yeah, it's just okay. You have to take that, and so I fed them through the winter until the tourists came again, and that's it. So what else? It's a shame. It's really a shame. But okay, we're gonna heat up in the second part of the show. Yeah. So we're gonna had a little bit of a run in. Adrian is getting awake. We will fill up his caffeine
Am I?
fix
Yes.
in a minute.
Oh, yes,
So,
absolutely.
and that's
yes.
for sure, yeah.
Yes,
Wayne
20
is
is
saying,
the
Wayne is ready,
first.
Wayne is
Yes,
ready,
we
it's just
have to
ready.
do
Yeah.
all. I believe, Thomas, that you were telling me earlier on that there were quite a few people talking about the toilet story that we ran last night.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the one thing
good
I
to
was
know.
laughing. So Annie Humphrey today started off. No, this is better. She will never go to the toilet in an aeroplane. No, she doesn't want to be sucked down there or get.
Absolutely.
get-
Terrifying experience, isn't it?
Ah, come on, you can't. They're so engineered. This can't happen. I mean,
no,
they have
but I can
or
see why
hearing
someone
loss.
might think that it could happen.
I mean,
I can understand that. But I must admit, I think planes are very difficult to go to the... if you're a man, I think it's very difficult to go to the loo. Well, I couldn't manage it. And I have to say, I've done 2 long flights in my life, sort of 7-hour jobs, and I just haven't been able to go at all. And, of course, that's very bad to do with your body. I mean, you shouldn't do that, of course, but I just can't go. So, I was in discomfort, shall we say.
So we're back there again.
You'd
Yeah.
go eventually. You know, if you were forced to, you'd have.
But it doesn't work like that, though. You see, the muscles seize up, and you can't. And that's the other thing, you see. On an aeroplane, like a 320, shall we say,
Right.
you've got a single aisle,
Do you
small
see-
aircraft,
hold on a minute.
and you go to the toilet. It's
Yeah.
clean, green to go. You
Yeah,
go,
yeah.
and then as soon as you get there, everyone else gets up. So you know that when you go in the cubicle, there's a queue of people waiting to go, and that is all over for me. I can't even think about going. It doesn't happen.
So
I would
you
then-
go for 7 hours without
I have
a
done
coffee.
twice. No, I've had coffees.
Yeah,
now
I've
we're
had
getting
coffees.
there.
I
we're
can
getting
drink
to
the
it.
And
coffee.
that's-
See,
It's
yeah.
the relief at the other end, so to speak, that is the
Oh
problem.
no.
But it's the motion. You see, I understand
It's the
people's
what?
the motion
Your
of
motions?
the... No, not
Oh.
my motions. The motions of the
okay.
plane. It's moving about, a bit of
Okay.
turbulence, isn't it? Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's no good with when you're trying to answer a call of nature.
Okay,
You can sit
brilliant.
down.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
I hadn't thought of that.
No.
I never thought of
You
that. to be
never
honest.
thought of that?
I didn't think of it at that
Oh,
time on
my
that
word.
aeroplane. No, maybe I didn't like. I don't know. Maybe I didn't like the look of it. Yes, I think that might be the answer. I didn't like the look of it.
All right, okay.
And
fair
I
enough.
didn't have any biological gloves with me.
Right.
Oh,
Not that I've got an
excellent.
OCD or anything, but you never know.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. Okay, on that, guys, we're going on a quick break. Have your quick break because he's talking from it. He must need it. So, guys, we go to a quick break. And we back in a couple of minutes. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. on bobtail ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. A day or two ago, I thought I'd take a ride, and soon Miss Fanny Bright was seated by my side. The horse was lean and lame, misfortune seemed his lot. He got into a drifted bank and then we got upset. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Hello and welcome back to the second. Yeah, Jamie is just filling up the coffees at the moment, so very well done. Thank you, man. Brilliant.
Thank you. Yes, very nice.
Yeah, no, Aid needs his coffee, so it's, I know, he's an addict. It's all right. Hey, welcome back to the second part of our show tonight. Just a quick one, just to give you a reminder of what's happened and what's going on. Very important. Here, the Traveler's Guide to the 50 villages, Corfu villages, history of 50 Corfu villages by Steve Ford. That's, I think, opportunity is running out soon because he's nearly sold out. So if you want to get your copy, $9.95 at www.corfuvillages.eu and order them now if you want them as a Christmas present, or if you think of coming and visiting this island, or know somebody who comes, or somebody is in love with the island. That's a perfect present or a perfect companion for your next holiday here on Corfu. So guys, you ready? You all good?
Oh,
Coffee?
yes.
Thank you.
He's coffeed up.
He's coffeed up.
Well, I'm about to be.
About to be, kind of thing. Okay, guys. Second part of the show. How brilliant! And we spoke about our Daily Moan a little bit already today. Yeah, about the animal rescue services on this island. Yeah, and just to let the people know again, I just can't get this on quickly again. There is a petition going, and this petition is for. Or to help the Corfu strays provide licensed veterinary premises for sterilization projects. So if you haven't signed this petition yet, please go on. It's in the Corfu grapevine. It's the post pinned onto the top. Yeah. Go in, sign this petition. There are only, I think, 600, 700 or 800 signatures away from the 5,000 needed to start this process. And the island really, really, really needs it. So there's no question about it. That's a good course. That's something I think we should take our time and just fill that in.
Yes.
Yeah. Sign this petition, please. Yeah.
Good.
You all agree with that?
Absolutely,
Yeah,
yes.
absolutely.
I think sterilisation is definitely the way forward.
Forward.
To
Yeah.
cut down on the excess population of these poor, lovely creatures. I was definitely encouraged to do it with the cat. I did, and I have to say it cost €60.
That's good.
But somebody else told me they had a dog, and it was 130 or something. So I think it depends on the size of the animal and the weight.
Yeah, probably does. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, no, I had Lucky done, and it is for Lucky for her size is around 150.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you go to the ARC, and this is what people say now, the ARC will support you there. There's also vets who support you. If you think you don't have the money, just go to the vet, talk to the vets there, and they will advise you, where they know the different charities on the island, and they can help you and say, okay, how much do you have? How much? so he can tell the charity how much is missing for things. So they're helping, they really do. But
Yeah.
go to your vet, ask your vet, or go to one of these groups. Go on to the Corfu Grapevine. There's a lot of people who support this whole thing, and you can see that. So, okay, guys, brings us on to the topic of the day, and this is 10 days before Christmas.
It is.
Yeah.
So people start getting a little bit hectic.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody got his Christmas presents, or nearly. Some waiting for the last minutes because it's getting cheaper when you do this way. So I would love to know how you shop at Christmas. Are you shopping in advance already, or do you wait until the last minute and go then? That would be. So if you guys let me know what kind of Christmas shopper are you? No, seriously, I would love to know that.
I say my mum buys her Christmas presents in January for the next year
In the sales, perhaps.
in the sales. But
Yes.
you know,
It's
works,
done and
yes.
over with.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Over and done with, no?
Over and done. Done.
That's it.
A lot of people like the whole hustle and bustle and merriment of the
Yes,
actual
I
Christmas
do.
shopping experience, don't they?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I like the hustle and bustle. Yeah.
Have you done your Christmas shopping yet?
No, I haven't. No, haven't done my Christmas shopping, I'm afraid.
Neither have I have to admit.
Oh dear.
See, we're in an age, us is not anymore. Come on. I don't want to say we're old, but for it's not. It's
Well,
not
I'm a bit old and
Ah,
foggish,
stop
you know.
moaning, mate. Sorry, it's the frog again.
Yeah.
Need the app.
Have we ID'd him yet? We
No,
haven't, have we?
I did have yet. Sent me over to Australia. No, but for us, for my age now, when I say, it's not about the presents anymore. I said it yesterday too,
It is
and
about
I'm
food.
really. It's about food. It's about drink. It's about socializing with friends, and just switch off for a couple of days and let your hair down and relax. No, maybe
Yeah.
think a little bit about the past year, and
Yeah.
it's also and watch a good watch a good movie.
Oh,
Yes,
yes.
It's the time now. It's brilliant. Yeah. Make yourself popcorn, butter, sit in front and watch. Yeah, I love that.
Not so sure about that one.
Well,
You don't
popcorn or
like
butter.
No, I can't stand the smell of it. Oh.
What, popcorn?
Really?
Yes, I was in a cinema once a
strange,
long
isn't
time
he?
ago in London, and everybody around me was eating popcorn. I nearly had to make a quick dash to the toilet. That'd be the problem, because I probably wouldn't be able to go, but I don't think nature would have worried about that. I'd just...
Okay.
No, it's something about the smell. It gets me. I don't know, Thomas.
Wow.
But each to their own, and I know
Okay.
it's a very popular snack in cinemas. I used to like ice creams, actually. You know,
Yeah.
Montezuma chocolate, that was my favourite. I've told you this before.
yeah.
Loose-leaf. Oh, gosh, it was gorgeous. So, and the lady that used to sell it, she come round in the interval of the film, and this cinema that was absolutely beautiful, Art Deco cinema.
Oh, lovely.
Where I used to go. But they demolished it and built these awful flats. Oh, so sacrilege.
Oh, that's terrible.
And that was after the man who ran it died, unfortunately. He was such a good cinema manager, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, but the cinemas really, they have the best. It's always the best popcorns you got at the cinema.
And
when
the
you
ice
go.
cream.
It
The
is.
ice cream is okay. I never had ice cream in the cinema, to be honest.
Really?
Okay.
I always stuck into popcorns, and if we're there and Claire is there too, then nachos with the cheese.
Nacho.
Oh, nachos and this cheese. Oh,
Aren't
No,
they a bit crunchy? Wouldn't they put you off in a quiet spot?
oh, you
You've
can
got
eat
all
them
these people.
quietly.
Can you?
You can't eat them quietly.
Of course
That's
you
what I
can eat
mean,
them
but wouldn't they put
quietly.
everyone else off if you get a really quiet, tense bit of the
Yeah,
film?
everybody's
and
doing
everybody's
it anyway.
munching.
Anyway, yeah, so-
Everybody's doing
yeah,
it.
who cares?
If I did it, I'm
Actually,
sure
to be
someone would
honest,
complain.
by the time you get into the cinema, sit yourself down, watch the adverts,
Yeah.
watch the trailers. I've usually finished my nachos by that point anyway.
Okay. I've never seen nachos in a cinema.
Oh
before,
yeah,
before.
yeah, nachos.
Really?
Yeah, nachos, cheese sauce. You know how brilliant. It's really good.
Okay,
So, oops,
I'll look
I
out
got
for
the problem somewhere. Sorry, guys.
that's okay.
Something happened here.
Yay!
But I get you back, see? No problem.
Thank you very much.
Oh, here it
yeah.
goes again.
Maybe we're having some interference from above.
Maybe.
Probably, yeah.
Yes.
But this is very windy out there, so it could be that we have.
yes.
You probably hear still. Here,
Well,
so
it's got my better bit showing, so that's all right.
so I got you here now. So
Okay.
I need see if I can get 8.
Oh,
I can
don't
get
mind.
yours.
The other bit was all right. Okay. Hello,
That looks
welcome
all right.
back. Yes, it's right, Thomas. Yeah.
Yeah?
All is all okay.
Wow. Don't know what happened there, guys. Sorry,
That's all right.
It's that frog
but
again.
this is the frog again. You know, it's
Yeah.
it's
Forgets
the
about Friday frog.
the Friday frog.
Yeah.
Oh, no, technically, this is windy today.
Yes,
We
it
felt
is.
it out there. It's really windy. So, guys, there's another weather front coming in. They're saying over the weekend, so stay safe if you don't need to go out, really. But it's windstoned. By last time, when it was that heavy. I cannot believe how many trees were
exactly.
tumbling over out there. But we're just speaking about food again. Oh, that's it. See, I have to make a call out quickly because you know what's the problem? You get fantastic nachos here. I
Yes.
found them here. But you know what you don't find here? It's the nacho cheese. The cheese
the
in
one I
my
like.
nice hot, you know, the
Dipping
yellowy,
cheese.
orangey looking, you know,
Yeah,
proper
yeah.
nacho cheese. I cannot find that anywhere. So if anybody out there knows where we can get that, please, no. If you just say, okay, I sent you some. Look on the website. There's our address. I would really love to know. No, I'm serious about it, man.
No.
You know, and nacho cheese. We love, my wife and me. We love nachos, and we always have the problem finding the cheese. And you know, when you watch a movie, it's for us is the best thing. Seriously.
No, I
so
love it.
if you know where to find them, email us at nightshift@StudioKerkyra.com or send us a message per Facebook or live now here on YouTube chat so that we know where we're getting them from. Okay, guys, back to the topic of the day.
Yes.
Still don't know what it is.
No.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
it's following on the footsteps of food. It's the other half of food, really.
Oh,
go
okay.
on.
Yeah.
Drink.
Drink.
And it's
Oh.
probably most viewers and listeners' favourite drink, tipples, alcoholic drinks I'm talking
Yes.
about. And I started off looking at a story about, which I thought was quite interesting, the size of an average wine glass. But I've actually ended up getting quite a bit of information with drinking habits around the world and all sorts of other things.
Yes.
So stand by. I'll put all this out and then we can have a sort of general chit-chat maybe about alcohol. This, what I'm about to say, has been published in the British Medical Journal, and was all about the size of drinking glasses. And they asked this question: would we drink less if the glass was served with in a smaller glass?
Right.
Right.
Yep.
Research from Cambridge University showed that the average glass size, this is the bit that stood out to me, has substantially grown over the years.
Yes.
For instance, in the late 1600s and early 1700s, it was an average of about 66 millilitres. By 1800, it was 100 millilitres. By 1900, it was 160. And rather surprisingly, by the year 2000, it had gone up to a whopping 300 millilitres. You may be surprised to know what it is at the moment in 2017. It is, according to these people, 449 millilitres, which is
Wow.
quite a lot, isn't it?
That is. That's nearly half a litre.
Yes. Now, this is the bit you're like.
Go
Wayne.
on.
Pity you weren't in Cambridge recently, because this Cambridge University team, they must have had fun doing this experiment,
Oh,
I
yeah.
reckon. They've been conducting experiments in 3 bars. Yep, you'd love to be the guinea pig
Where was
there.
this?
wouldn't you?
Okay.
Cambridge.
Just recently.
Okay.
Possibly last week,
yeah.
I don't know. And they rather cunningly increased the glass sizes, but left the serving sizes the same. And strangely enough, in 2 of the bars that they did this experiment, the sales increased. So I'm wondering whether people felt some psychological depravity, or they thought they'd had a short measure, so that made them go and wanting to order more, hence the sales increase.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Overall, apparently, according to the latest figures, alcohol consumption, this is also surprising, has actually reduced in the United Kingdom. A poll in 2016 found that 60% had drunk in the last week, 1 drink, but apparently that was the lowest since 2005.
Wow.
Yeah. Just in case you want to know, ladies and gentlemen, the recommended alcohol limit for men and women, this is in the UK, is 14 units in total per week.
That's per week, yes.
Yes.
2
Now,
units a day.
yes, well, Wayne, that equates to 6 pints of beer at 4% strength, or 7 glasses of wine at 11.5% strength, and that's served in a 175 millilitre glass. So I don't know. Are you? Where are you on that one?
Possibly over.
Possibly over.
Okay.
Well, the World Health Organization assumes the following, because I'm going to give you some information about who drinks what where.
Go on then.
Which I thought quite interesting.
Yeah.
But we're assuming certain things here. We're assuming that beer is average 5% volume, wine is 12%, fortified wine, which includes port, is 17.5%, sake, or sake, is 9%, and spirits are 40%. That's what they've assumed.
Yes.
And they're also calculating alcohol units consumed per capita of the population, which includes all men, women, and everybody over the age of 15, which are included in the figures, including teetotalers, you'll be pleased to know.
Okay.
They got the figures from import and export statistics, tax receipts, and industry data. But I also laughed when I saw that the amount of unrecorded alcohol consumption is also taken into account, e.g. homebrew or moonshine, or stuff that's smuggled in. And as you may expect, this category is larger than the official category in many countries. And top of the list of those countries, would you believe, is Moldova. I don't know why that is. Possible one explanation is that their results were only underpinned by so-called expert opinion. So I don't actually know what that means, but it does suggest that in Moldova you've got a hell of a lot of moonshine and whatnot.
They couldn't do it. They couldn't do that research in Moldova.
No, I think that's
they
the
were
reason
so
they're
drunk.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, the expert opinion was from
yes.
the bloke at the bar.
At the bar, yeah.
Exactly. Do you know, I met someone from Moldova here in Corfu, would you believe? That's why I love this island, because you never know who you're going to bump into next. Most places from people from wonderful exotic places. I count Moldova as exotic because I've never been there and heard a few things, but don't know much about it really. And this lady was in a bar somewhere up north on the island, and she said, "Hello, I'm Rosa from Moldova." And I thought, oh, how delightful. She was lovely. I mean, she was very well turned out, shall we say. Charming lady from Moldova. So let's hear it from Moldova. Just thought I'd say that. Anyway,
that's lovely.
No, let's get on to the nitty-gritty.
Mention every single country.
I like to
I
slip them
know,
all in there. There's about
he's-
200, so there's a few to go, ladies and gentlemen, but that should keep the few series of Night Shift live from Corfu going. Anyway,
Go on.
there is the amount of data I'm going to give you now does not include data from Afghanistan, Greenland, Iran, Iraq, Libya, Nigeria, North Korea, and Southeast Asia. I can't explain why, but there we go. The first map depicts alcohol consumption. And, in case you're wanting to know, the heaviest drinkers, according to the World Health Organization, are in Russia, Finland, Australia, the United Kingdom, Spain, and France.
Okay.
That's the heaviest.
Yeah,
The
because
medium,
the alcohol is not that strong, is it?
maybe not, Thomas, no. They were assuming
Depends what
beer
you
at 5%, and we were having this conversation on a few programs back. You were telling us, Thomas, weren't you, that there's some beer in Austria
Oh, we
that
got
is
some good beer, yeah.
incredibly strong.
Yeah, it's the bock beer at the winter. It's just over 11%.
So the figures there are going to be a bit skewed, aren't they, when you put Austria in the mix?
Yeah, our schnapps is not bad either, man.
Well, that's the heavy drinkers. The medium plus drinkers, so that's medium on the high side of medium, are South Africa, most of South America, Japan, USA, Canada, China, India, Thailand, and New Zealand. The medium light drinkers, a little bit less, are Mexico, parts of Central America, Central Africa, and, would you believe, Papua New Guinea. The light drinking nations, according to the WHO, are Sinai Peninsula. Well, not much surprise there. North Africa, most of Southeast Asia, apparently, but I think that's because they didn't respond to the information. We've said that before. And Madagascar, would you believe? So they don't drink much in Madagascar.
Where did the USA come in on?
No, the USA are medium plus.
All right.
Just below the heavy drink a lot. And in case you want to know what they were drinking, I've also got some information for you as to what country's favourite tipple is.
Go on then. What's
Right.
the favourite tipple?
Here we go. We've got to bear in mind something here, that drinks that are made from malted barley are classed as beer.
Yes.
Drinks from fermented grapes are wine, and all distilled drinks are spirits. And in case you're wondering what others are a clump of cider from apples, sake from rice, poutine from potatoes. There's one for the Irish.
Oh, like poutine.
Yes, I wiped me out. I told you that story, didn't I? Yes. And Cipro, good old Cipro from Corfu, Greece. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Made
There you go.
from waste products of vines and winemaking, aren't they?
Yep.
And beer is the number one tipple, just about everywhere actually, but particularly in Australia, New Zealand, US, Canada, UK, Germany, Spain, Brazil, Southeast Asia, and South Africa. Wine is number one in South America, below Brazil. They all drink wine there, apparently. France, as you might expect, and
Yes,
Portugal.
Italy.
Probably.
And good old Greece.
Yes.
And we've said this before, Greek wine, you may not
very
think about
good.
it. It's fantastic.
It's very good.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've got to give it a try. Greek
Krassi.
wine is good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Krassi.
That's it.
Yeah, wine in Greek, krassi.
I beg your pardon, Krassi. You see, I really do need some extra Greek tuition. Well, not extra, I need any Greek tuition. So if you've got some time and you're good at speaking Greek to a dumb Englishman like me, please come into the studio, sit here, and we can go through a few things.
So yeah, if you're up for a challenge, don't worry, you know, that will be a challenge to help Adrian learn more Greek. So if you're really up for a challenge, maybe the challenge of your lifetime,
I think that may
Nightshift at StudioKerkyra.com, don't hesitate to write us.
It may change
Mission
the figures.
Impossible.
It may change the figures of the WHO, the amount of drinks consumed to get me through the Greek lessons. Yeah, well,
Wow.
Spirits were number one in Russia, China, India, Japan, Thailand, Peru, Central America, Sri Lanka, and Saudi Arabia. And I think that must be because of the expats there, all the people working on the oiling stations, because they don't, as an indigenous country, drink alcohol. So I think those figures are swelled by expats. It's got to be, hasn't it?
It must be, yes.
Yeah. And the others, that's those things like cider, sake, puccini, and Cipro were, obviously, Cipro, this isn't on the list, and it should be. I mean, Corfu should be on that list here. So the WHO aren't completely right, I don't think. But anyway, the others come big in Central and Southern Africa and South Korea.
Oh, okay.
So there you go.
So now we know about alcohol, and I think he nearly mentioned every country
Well, quite a few.
in the world now.
I like to get through
Unbelievable.
them, you know.
Exactly.
But there you go. What stands out from all that lot is, according to the WHO, alcoholic consumption has reduced in the United Kingdom. And the thing that really stands out are these glass sizes. I can't believe that they've mushroomed the size that they have.
Have you seen the glasses that you can put a whole bottle of wine in?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Nice.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're called Henry, no?
Henry?
Yeah, never saw this program, Cougar Down. She has one of these glasses, Cougar Down. She has one. She was playing in France before.
Okay.
And she had one of these wine glasses, huge, man. Had a whole bottle filled in, no?
Yes.
But she named it Henry.
Oh, okay.
So it's Henry.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, why not, man? But I know this is the massive glasses.
Huge.
But don't. We have the boot in Austria. In Germany, have the boot. So there's quite a. My God! And I think in the boot in Austria is going in 8 pints.
Cool.
So this one thing. So and this is.
What about those things in Germany? You went to Germany once, didn't you?
A Stein?
Yeah, that's a long thing. You know, what's that thing? That
Oh,
long...
you mean a yard of ale?
The
The
yard
yard
of
of
ale.
ale.
No, I had a yard of a yard
You did?
back in the UK. Yes.
Ah, did you manage it?
No, I didn't try it, to be honest.
Did you not?
No. It's,
Okay.
I think 2.5 pints or 3 pints. Or
Is it?
something
I was
like
just
that,
going to
yeah.
ask you that. Oh,
Yeah.
right, okay.
Behind it is a special technique to drink it because there's a bowl, but yeah, you have to keep turning it.
And thing is the same of the boot, no?
Yeah.
You have to turn it, otherwise it splashes in your face. So and they have in the mountains we have challenges at the mountain pubs.
Oh,
you know?
yes,
If you can, and if you don't, then you pay around for the whole
For the whole pub.
pub. No?
Nice.
So if the
Really?
challenge boot is up on the wall, get it filled, and you can empty that one without spilling a drop. You're all right. You spill, you pay.
Yeah, you pay.
I love
Go in
that.
there.
I was always there. Hey, when somebody was playing, I went, sure, I'm in the bloody pub. I'm not gonna miss that because we're not this many who actually done it. Yeah. So all the time I was in there, I maybe saw only a handful of people doing it, but the rest, free beer.
Crazy.
See?
But I mean, it's interesting you say that the beer is probably the number one tipple around the world.
It
really.
is. It stands out on the maps. You can look at all these information if you want to on the internet. It's at the,
It's the oldest
World
too.
Health Organization's website.
It's not wine and beer. Beer has quite a history on it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's wine and beer, isn't it? I mean, it
It's
must
the
be.
the Romans had beer already. No, the Vikings drank beer.
Yes.
Yes.
So I mean, what came first, wine or beer? That
think-
would be interesting.
I think wine is probably the one that
Yeah,
came
sure.
first.
I think I've heard that before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. Definitely, it's mentioned in the Bible. That's for sure.
That's for sure. No, beer is not mentioned in the Bible. Is
No,
it?
I can't remember.
I mean, that
I'm
would
not
be
gonna
turned
insult
water
them.
into
Have to read
beer.
that on Sunday then. I think.
And lo, they said, whose round is it?
Oh,
Whose,
You never
whose
know.
turn is it to get the beers in then?
yeah, that's the thing, no? Or beer in a goat's bladder. Nah, it wouldn't have been the same, would it?
No.
Yeah, but the Vikings had, so you know,
Yep.
you never know, you never know. But anyway, I mean, beer was founded from monks, no?
Yes, I was going to
Say
say it was a way of stopping the bacteria and
Bacteria
stuff
disinfecting thing,
in water. So it was actually, rather than drinking the water, you drank beer,
beer.
but a very
So-
weak beer.
Right.
What makes sense?
Yes, absolutely.
Totally. I have nothing against it. But you see, there they say, whatever did the church for us?
Gave us
Beer.
beer.
So,
Indeed.
one thing. I mean, we can't moan everything
You can't moan at
they
that.
do. I mean, most of them, it is now falling asleep, but most of them, they say, what did the church do to us? Lots. Man, do to us. Done
Yeah.
for us, no?
Done
Beer.
for us, yeah. Gave us beer.
Wine,
Was a
probably.
good thing.
Yeah.
And wine, yeah.
Yeah, abbots used to make wine, didn't they? Special wines and things.
Did they?
I think so. Remember reading about it from way back.
Way back.
I know that there's lots of beers that are named after things like
Like the-
Abbot
Exactly.
Ale,
Exactly.
But yeah, it's quite
Bishop's Finger.
Yeah.
There you go, Bishop's Finger.
Bishop's
That's
Finger.
a good beer.
Mm.
Oh.
But you know, it's also the fun side on the alcohol too. But we shouldn't forget about before Christmas.
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot, all the Christmas parties, what's going on. You know, there's a lot of festivities
Yes,
just before Christmas, and that's where the most of accidents are happening.
they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Unfortunately,
it's-
don't drink and drive. I mean, that is
That's
definite.
exactly, yeah.
That is a definite.
No, and also Network Rail were warning today in the United Kingdom, don't go on railway station platforms too drunk because there's a serious danger that you're going to fall in the on the lines, apparently. People do.
Yeah.
Phew, not very good for Christmas, is it?
No, I've
No.
seen a lot of people drunk on trains, and it's not a nice sight.
Not a nice side. No? Man, but better using a train than jumping into the car and
It
try to
is.
drive home.
Well,
so
yes,
if they
of
choose
course
to
it is,
use
yeah.
public transport, I mean, the train service knows. They're warning people, oh, when you're drunk, don't go too close. Man, okay, then I think it's their obligation to look a little bit more out, just in this special period of time. If they just tell their staff, okay, take extra caution. No? Because it's Christmas, there's the parties going on. Of course, but you know, use public transport, please. Don't try to drive home, it's not worth it.
No.
Or just
Get
have
somebody
the
else to
money for the
drive you.
taxi in your pocket, just in case. It makes it easier, safer and happier Christmas for everyone, definitely.
Or get somebody else to drive.
Or get somebody else to drive.
Designated driver. I think it's
Exactly. I mean, I think we in the 21st century, stuff like this shouldn't happen anymore.
called. No, it shouldn't.
I used to
No,
do that,
certainly shouldn't.
actually. I remember doing that when I was living
Being
in
a
England.
designated
Yes, I
driver,
was a
yes.
designated driver. I had to take people from, not far away, but, you know, a few miles between houses and parties
Pubs.
and whatnot, because I don't really drink anymore.
No.
I used to, a long time ago. We've had all this before.
We had that, yeah.
No, I'm
You
kind
drink coffee now.
I drink a lot of coffee, make up for it, yes. I have the occasional glass of wine, although I end up putting that in the stew more likely, to be honest.
Cool. And we just got something in from somebody and said,
great.
oh, guys, outside. So for everybody who is here at the moment is saying it's still, the meteor shower is still happening.
Oh,
you can still
fantastic.
see things. So
Thank you for telling us that.
It's still going on tonight and yesterday, as last night, a few people was really brilliant. They had a good view. But tonight is better conditions tonight for watching, and they are still coming. So guys, don't hesitate. After the show, jump out or take us with you. No,
Yeah,
but
take
have
us
a
with
look.
you.
It's really brilliant on this island. It's beautiful. Yeah.
Well, the sky was good, as
Thank
I say,
you.
coming to the studio tonight was lovely. So we'll have a look when we get back.
I noticed
Yeah.
on your list there was no eggnog.
No, I think that counts as an other, I think, possibly. What's the traditional ingredients in an eggnog, then?
I don't know. You get it
Is it
from-
advocaat?
You
No,
get
is
it from
is
a bottle, do you?
Is it the advocaat? Is it-
Snowball, yeah. It's
Advocaat, isn't it?
avocado and
Yeah,
lemonade.
I think that's classed as others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Probably.
come on the list, though, does
Nah,
it?
it's
But you
only
know
for
what?
Christmas, isn't it?
Looking
Yeah,
at
it's a Christmas
Yeah.
drink. I
Look-
always remember that.
looking at all those figures and things, I think it's all underreported, especially the moonshines and stuff
Yes,
like that.
home brews.
Home brews. Yeah. I think there's a
Yeah.
lot of underreporting going on, quite frankly. Maybe that's a good thing.
Maybe.
But anyway, as always, drink responsibly, but of course, have fun. Let your hair down. It's Christmas. Why not?
Christmas,
you know?
why not? Yeah, but do it responsibly. So, guys, if
Absolutely. Oh,
there's
yeah,
really,
try
there's
to,
for sure
yeah.
friends. If you're really that hammered, you know, phone a friend. Sound like who wants to be a millionaire? But phone a friend. and then take the 50-50 chance if you get home or not.
Or ask the audience.
Yeah, and ask your friends to drive you, ask your audience. Yeah. But no, really take it serious, guys. It's good to have a good time, but organize this a little bit because it's not worth having any problems before Christmas. Really.
Certainly not. No.
No.
You have to be
Definitely.
very careful.
Yeah. Hey, okay, excellent. The next thing, there were news, and I have to share this with you guys now because it's very exciting actually. And that's a new underwater discovery in Greece revealed ancient Roman engineering.
Oh, wow.
Underwater excavations at Lechaillon, the ancient harbor of Corinth,
Yeah.
Corinth. Fabulous. Wow.
provided insight into engineering by the Roman Empire. So they found a hole under the whole harbor and even tried the area out for it. To have more digs, and they found a wooden post, which is 2,000 years old. Looks like in pristine condition, perfectly preserved. So that's in the Guardian.
Okay.
And
Reliable source.
Fantastic. I think that's a good thing. And I got a small video here about that.
Great.
So let's have a quick look. That's a very, very interesting video. Have a look. We're back in a second. How brilliant, guys.
That's amazing.
Have you seen? As unbelievable. So there were really good discovery going on. If you want to go on to the Guardian has the whole story in there with a lots more write-up. But how brilliant! They never found so much brilliantly preserved organic matter there. Not wood, but fruit and nuts and this kind. So
Nuts,
they have really,
good
they have really a treasure trove. You know, and that's again, you know, see Greece, how old the civilization is, and the same is here on the island. When you it's fascinating. I didn't know that much about the island before I came here, but then being here and finding out more and more is the things what you have TripAdvisor, what you can read.
Yes.
That's the things you know when you come here to the island. You read that through, but there's so much more.
There's more.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nobody really tells you. You have to come to this island and find that
discover
out.
for yourself,
It's
yeah.
unbelievable. It's really, really great. So I was really, when I saw that one, that was really interesting to me. So yeah, that's one definitely to look
Yeah,
out
lovely.
for. All the discoveries, and I want to know how much they still will discover. I mean, we saw at Gardiki Castle as example the last 5
Yeah,
years.
we did.
Man, you researched a little bit in there, Adrian, of what they found and how strange the findings were.
Yes, that's
I mean,
right.
you spoke with people, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I remember a lady from the Archaeological Society, if I can remember what she said. They found a sarcophagus.
Sarcophagus,
Of
yeah.
a sarcophagus, yes. Thank you very much indeed. And it was the remains of a 7-year-old girl, a very precise 7-year-old girl. But what was interesting was in the sarcophagus with her were all these artifacts, pots and pans and all sorts of other things. I'm told that they're all on display in the Archaeological Museum here in Corfu town. But this particular thing went back to my memory, thousands, I can't actually remember, but it's thousands of years. It could be 5,000 years old. But as I do remember, there is evidence of settlement there in the Gardiki area from 26,000 years ago, which I think is quite mind-boggling.
That is mind-blowing.
That's
So that
mind-blowing,
sort of
yeah.
puts the wonderful find that they've just discovered that you were showing the viewers, Thomas, kind of almost in the shade a bit, doesn't it? 26,000 years of civilization on Gardiki. I mean,
Even for the Neolithic area they found, no?
yes,
yeah. For the- No, it's interesting. Just finding, they keep on finding new things. They keep discovering new things. So there's so much we don't know. And when
Absolutely.
we talk with so many people, it's really, what is in the sea?
Yeah.
You know, we haven't explored that as much as we did our space.
Yeah, we have. We've explored space more than we have the
That's
sea,
right.
which
The
is
sea, yeah.
extraordinary, really.
So how
when you
mu-
think of it.
How many surprises are still waiting for us to be discovered, especially around this island and other Greek islands, because it were really, man, they were a hectic time, huh?
I was going to say,
There were
I mean,
always
there were so many
movement.
sea battles
Yeah.
and things like that, okay, so maybe because they would, obviously they rot away, but there must be other things that are there somewhere. So if we can kind of pinpoint where these sea battles occurred,
Good
then,
idea.
Surely there must be something below the sea.
Yeah, definitely. There's so much we don't know. But this is the nice things when they find new stuff and then it's so perfectly preserved.
Fantastic,
So
yes.
they can draw a little picture at how it was 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 years ago. And that's so interesting because we're getting really good information. And with technology available to us now,
Of course.
fantastic to analyze
Same
that
thing.
all. It's brilliant. It's just it answers a lot of questions and probably it creates more questions, no?
Yeah.
At the same time.
One thing that I've just been reminded of, Thomas, thank you.
Yeah.
On this island, they are very funny about, and quite right too, they have their good reason. They're not very keen on metal detectors, are they?
No, not at all. Not
So
at
if
all.
you're planning on coming here on a vacation or a lovely holiday,
Leave it at home.
Yeah, leave your metal detector at home. They're just, it's a thing that's frowned upon.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like to postulate why, but
No.
Well, possibly because all those treasures
Treasures
really need to
still,
go
yeah.
back to the country of
yeah.
origin,
Yes. So
on, that,
much.
on that subject, one of the things the pitfalls that have bedeviled Egypt is that so many wonderful treasures have been discovered by all sorts of people, and they never see the light of day. They're just scurried away in the family, and some of these things are priceless. I remember someone trying to flog me something very old, and I don't want to know. I mean, it should be belonging in the Museum of Antiquities, for instance. It's not
You
right.
sure
is
it was old?
We look pretty old, but no, of course I haven't got any. I didn't have my carbon dating kit with me.
No.
so-
But I'm just saying because
it probably wasn't. no.
there are unscrupulous people out there that will try and sell you something
Good Lord, there's
that
hundreds
is
of unscrupulous
antique and
people
it's
everywhere, and they seem to make a beeline for me. I seem to have a beacon above my head for that one. But no, I wasn't tempted. But I am told by lots of people there that a lot of things just disappear, and that is a shame. And that makes you think, what's under the deserts, for instance, all that sand.
Yes.
That's
mean,
another
goodness,
thing,
oh,
yeah.
Exactly.
yeah.
That's another one. Yeah, definitely. No, there's so much to be found. So being an explorer is quite nice, would be interesting.
Yeah.
It would be
Explore it.
amazing, yeah.
But just going through the history, they unveiled now, they unearthed to go through, and just being maybe a little bit, thrown back in time when you see certain areas.
Exactly.
It's fantastic just to imagine. Okay, 2,000 years ago, somebody set exactly the same space I'm sitting now.
Exactly.
I mean, the amphitheater as an example here.
Yes.
People were mingling in there. Wow.
Oh, the one in the Acropolis in Athens. There's two there that stand out. The one that's just mind-boggling is Dionysus Theatre, and they reckon it's about the second theatre ever in the world, I think. I think the first one is somewhere down in southern Greece, I think. But anyway, the Theatre of Dionysus at the Acropolis is, obviously it's remnants of stone, but, looking at it, you still could put on a show there, and it would just be amazing to be able to perform there. And the other one there that stands out is the Theatre de Herod, and it's built in Roman times, and that's very impressive as well. I mean, actually more impressive because it's intact, but that's a really big stage, and they have proper concerts on there. So if you're ever in Athens, do go along to the Acropolis and see these wonderful things.
Amazing.
Definitely. What brings us on? So there's quite a lots of events going on now before Christmas, Wayne. So I think we should start with a little bit of events. Where I think there's quite a lot.
I've got a couple.
You got a couple here where I'm going on. I got this on what's on guide on the side, and you just talk over that. Is all right? Yeah.
Okay. So there's the Christmas Animal Rescue tabletop sale. That's going on Saturday the 16th of December. That's tomorrow at 11 a.m. and that goes on till 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And that's at the Smart Line Mimosa Hotel in Sidari. And that's to raise funds for sterilisation and medical bills for abandoned animals.
Oh, good one.
Excellent.
They're going to have craft tables and second-hand goods and a Christmas raffle, which sounds exciting.
Yeah, sounds good. Sunday, 16th of December from 11 till 2 o'clock, yeah?
Yep, Saturday the 16th, 11 o'clock till 2 o'clock.
Excellent. There's a telephone number here. If anybody needs any information, telephone number is 69366 90630. I say this again. That's 69366 90630. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And on to the next thing, which is the Capodistrias Philharmonic Union are holding an anniversary concert on Saturday the 16th of December. That's again tomorrow at 8 p.m. and that's at the Municipal Theatre in Corfu Town, and the admission is free.
Oh, that's a good one.
So that sounds really good. That sounds like you're going to be doing lots of Christmassy songs and things like that.
Splendid.
Okay, this is the this is for tomorrow, the 16th at 8 o'clock. I got the thing here.
Yeah,
let me put that up quickly. Yeah, and here we go. So tomorrow, the 16th of December at 8 o'clock, and free entry.
Yes, free admission.
Oh, fantastic!
Which I think is brilliant.
It's brilliant. So is the Capodistrias Orchestra?
Yes, you say it so much better than I can.
Thank you. So I just leave this on the screen a little bit, because a very nice poster and a lot of companies behind that, and to give a free nice Christmas concert. Fantastic. There's a few names on there people probably know. So yes, go to that, have a look. It's for sure a fantastic concert.
Yeah.
And just before Christmas is I think next weekend is already Christmas.
Yeah.
Wow. So it's for sure a nice evening out. I think so.
That's going to be lovely, isn't it?
Definitely. Liking it. Cool, guys. Excellent. Well,
there is lots going on. It's just,
I mean, yes, I see that here.
Inundated with different bazaars and different things going on over the weekend and stuff.
It's really, there's a lot. There's from the Smile of the Children, the Christmas Bazaar is still going on until the 22nd of December. And this is in the Municipal Theatre.
That's right.
Yeah, and this starts in the morning from 9:30 till 2:30 in the afternoon. Then has a little break and starts at 5:30 in the evening until 9:30 in the evening. And that's going on until the 22nd of December. Yeah, and then the evening Christmas Bazaar at the Polytechno is still on.
Yeah.
So this is Sunday, 16. Yeah, we mentioned it yesterday too. This is with handicraft at the Polytechno on Sunday the 16th and Saturday the 16th and Sunday the 17th of December.
Sunday the 17th, yeah.
So organized by Animate, Corfu Handcraft and Art Society. And the doors are opening Saturday 6 p.m. and Sunday on 5 p.m.
Yep.
Now, admission is free. So now there is a lot of things going on. And thanks God for Christmas. Christmas anniversary concert is coming up tomorrow at 8 o'clock at the Municipal Theatre.
That's the one we just mentioned.
We just mentioned, yeah. There's different posters when you look. The
Oh,
Christmas
okay.
Melodies at Conto is also on Sunday, the 17th of December, from 7 in the evening
Yep.
till 8:30. And there's going on. So there's a full-packed week, definitely,
Yeah,
with
definitely.
events. And next week is the last week for season 1 of StudioKerkyra, no?
Yes.
Probably. We're going to
Yes.
see. So we broadcast next week, all week, and we keep mentioning all these events. So if you got an event you want to let us know about, tell us about, just write to nightshift@studiokerkyra.com or go onto Facebook, send us a message, or now live via YouTube. You can message us in. And that, yes, guys, that brings me to one other more important thing. Why we have to really go because stocks are limited. And that's the Traveler's Guide to 50 Corfu Villages by Steve Ford. That's really, it's nearly sold out. Would make still a brilliant present or a brilliant guide if you come and visit this beautiful island of Corfu. So go on to www.corfuvillages.eu. Copy costs £9.95 and every single penny goes to charity. So, we got that out. So, Steve,
Cool.
we do our best because we think it's really a brilliant project. Hey, guys, what are you doing with the rest of the night? It's Friday night. Anything special on?
No.
Balanica down the road has live music. Greek, the internet cafe, Asmodeus. They got
yes,
live
the
music
cafe.
this
Very
afternoon
good.
and then tomorrow and on Sunday, I believe. So some things going on in the
We
village.
might pop in tomorrow or Sunday, Thomas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Now
We
have
know
to.
a couple of people who work there anyway. It's a nice place. Reminds me of London anyway. And they serve good coffee.
They serve definitely good coffee. No question, yeah. No, okay, guys, I don't want to joke around, but we nearly done it again.
It's coming to that time again. It's always sad at this point, isn't it?
I know, how quick these 2 hours are just flying.
Just flies by, doesn't it?
Yeah, this thing, there's still so much, I want to do later it gets, tomorrow we wake up, we see this by Adrian.
I know.
And later
I
it gets,
know.
and it gets more and more and more. So we have to, I think we have to throw once a week or what, a special with Adrian and Marvel in.
Yeah.
We're
Really?
just giving a really late night thing. So
Okay,
1
late night,
o'clock
really
till
late night, yes,
1
okay.
o'clock till 2 o'clock in the morning.
Maybe Friday night is the night to do that, actually, because then I can recover the next day.
I can recover the next
And
day.
taking the rest of the world.
Yeah, oh, very good point. Absolutely, yes. Let's hear it for the
Sorry.
rest of the world. Yes. The poor people, absolutely, yes. No, they are. Thomas, can I just read out a quote that
Yes.
I saw
Oh, yes,
last
go on.
night from Twitter? Some chappie has decided to follow me, and would you believe he's a rap artist from the Bronx in New York City? Sounds ever so exciting, doesn't it? But anyway, he's written a quote which is on Twitter, so you can all see it for yourselves, and I think this is absolutely marvellous and cuts to the quick of all relations here on Earth, race relations and all that. Here it goes, and I quote from him: "Don't compare your life to others. There's no comparison between the sun and moon. They shine when it's their time." And I think that's fantastic. This is this rap artist is called 13, in case you want to know. And if you want to look at him or anyone else, or indeed me, my Twitter account is @Marvel, MARVELL _ That's that funny little line that goes underneath, and it's ADE. Oh, AD if you like, or AD if you don't. I don't mind. Call me anything you like. But the Twitter name is @Marvel, MARVELL _ ADE. So please don't hold back. Tweet and Twitter away at me as you please.
Fabulous.
But it's a good quote, though, isn't it?
It's
That's
a good
a
quote,
really
loving
good
it.
You
yeah.
know, we are, as we said before, we're all under the sun, and we all share this wonderful planet. And I don't understand why we can't, as a race, get on better one with another. I mean, we do here in the studio, we're of course getting on, but there are places around the world where there's so much conflict and all that. And I'm glad we mentioned North Korea, because actually here on the Nightshift Live from Corfu team, we'd love to hear from someone in North Korea if we're allowed to be beamed in there. I don't suppose we would be. But it would be nice to hear from the side of a North Korean. That's the point. We're always hearing from other countries about
Yes.
North Korea, but let's hear it from North Korea themselves. Why
Yeah,
not?
I think
would
this
be
is
lovely.
wishful thinking, man.
I think it is
I know,
wishful
but
thinking, but
you've got to have hope, haven't you?
you do.
I've always got hope, you know. Can't give up hope.
You can't. Can you?
No. There must be a
always
way.
hope.
I'm up for talking to anyone, and I can't see why Donald Trump can't be. Why can't he be up for talking to everybody?
He does. He tweets
Well,
to
yeah, but that's
44
not the
million
same.
people.
No, he's tweeting an opinion. He's not talking. He's not engaging. You know, the art of negotiation is it's a complex art. It's not just banging off a tweet. What's that? That's just sending off your opinion. You're not unifying anybody. You're not moving forward, are you? Really? You're just spousing off.
I suppose, yeah.
He's got 44 million followers. I can't say I can match that. But it's not all about the numbers, though. Nah, it's the quality.
That's what you do with it.
It's what you do with it. Absolutely, yes, of course it is.
That's what you do with it, isn't it?
Wow.
It's not
Yes.
the size that matters.
No, of course not. No, absolutely not.
Back to the
Excellent.
rabbits again.
I was just thinking that. I thought, because they gave me a little talk in the interval, so I hope I didn't offend anyone by going on.
You
I
didn't,
just
just
genuinely
funny, you
didn't
didn't
know.
know.
It was me.
Well, it's all started because you mentioned the word ever ready, and that's what set me up. You see.
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
I'm sorry,
guys.
sorry.
But as
Okay.
always, it's been fun to be here in the studio, broadcasting to all you good people wherever you may be in the world.
Definitely. Okay, guys, I think that's another show done. Fantastic, another week of Night Shift. I hope you guys enjoyed it out there. So just to remind you, if you want to send us any questions or have anything to tell us, event as example you want to plug, or anything this kind, just get in contact with us. It's nightshift@StudioKerkyra.com. Send us a message on Facebook or message us live on YouTube. It has been a fantastic week, a little bit up, down, but it's what old thing. But it's
Flying around those magnificent men in their StudioKerkyra, broadcasting Night Shift live from Corfu. And I said a rude word there. What I should have said was Night Shift. Let me get my T's and my F's correct before I get
unbelievable.
corrected.
Okay, guys.
But it is Friday night.
On that note, I'm saying to you, hey guys, thank you for watching. Have a fantastic weekend. I see you next week. And from you guys,
Well, as always, it's been wonderful to be here, and I wish you all a lovely, happy weekend. Take care, and Kala Nikta.
Have a fantastic weekend, everybody. Keep on smiling. Good night.
okay, good night, everyone.